What's going on, Ghost Squad? Trey here with Ghost Tactical, and I got an email over the weekend that wanted to ask me what my Zero that I use on my red dot for home defense, self-defense, and all of that. And I use a little bit different one. I used to use the 5200 Zero because basically at 50 yards and 200 yards, the Zero is going to be pretty much the same. But I went to about a year or so ago, went to the 36 yard Zero, and I really like it as a battlefield Zero. And what that means is it's something that's not going to be exactly 100% precise all the way up to 300 yards. But the difference is at a 36 yard Zero, your grouping is going to be about 5 inches at the max, from 25 all the way out to 300 yards. And what that does is that makes you don't have to worry about holds or anything like that when you're sighting in, because what you want to do is you want to be able to grab that, put your point of aim, point of impact right in the center of your target, and know that anywhere from 25 to 300 yards, you're going to get a grouping about that big. Now, if you're looking for something that's going to be a little more precise, then yeah, probably the 100 yard Zero is a way to go. Your grouping is going to be a lot smaller, but when you get out to 300 yards, you're going to see anywhere from 10 to 12 inches of difference in your grouping. All the way to about 200 yards be pretty tight, but 300 is going to get you way down. Now, hopefully we never have to use a shit hits the fan situation at 300 yards, but if we are, then it's nice to know that we don't have to worry about holds or remembering holds or anything like that, changing your dope up on your dot or whatever. It's going to be point of aim, point of impact, right in the center chest, and it's going to get you about 5 to 6 inches at the absolute most. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to show you the 36 yard Zero and then demonstrate all the way out here at our gong is only about 250 yards. So I'm not going to be able to get you 300, but I will get you all the way up from like 25 yards all the way up to 300 or 250 yards on the gong. All right, so this first shot's at 25 yards. I'm going to try not to shoot my camera down range. Can't guarantee it, but we're going to certainly try. Here we go. Okay, second shot, 36 yards. All right, third shot we're going to take is at 50 yards. All right, the fourth shot's going to be at 100 yards. All right, so the final shot, guys, we're going to take is at 250 yards on the steel gong out there. So it should work just fine. Here we go. Easy peasy, easy peasy. You know, I forgot to do something that I wanted to do. So for a home defense, self-defense shot at 21 feet, which is 7 yards, what I want to do is take a shot real quick at 7 yards as well. Okay guys, so we're out here, we got our shots in, and what I want to kind of go over is the grouping. Now this is the grouping that obviously we shot right here. So let's kind of go through. This was the 36 yards right there on the 0. And what we're going to do here is the first one down was the 25 yard. The last shot we took that we kind of did at the end, I forgot to do a 7-yard shot to begin with, but the 7-yard shot, this was it right there, just below the 25-yard shot. Then we kind of go up to the 50-yard and the 100-yard. So what we can look at is from the 7-yard all the way out to the 100-yard, which is what we shot here on the range with this target. It's about 3 inches of grouping there, which is really, really nice. Now, as you saw, I couldn't put a target way out on the hillside, but you guys did see me hit the gong at 250 yards. I can tell you that the grouping of a 36-yard 0 is about 5 to 6 inches from 7 yards to 300 yards. Now, what would have happened probably had we had a 300-yard shot or the 250-yard shot, it probably would have been down here something. So if you guys know the trajectory, and that's why the 50 200-yard 0 is nice, that at 50 and at 200 yards is about the same. So the projectile is going to come out, it's going to go up. So at 50 yards, it's still flat. It's going to go up, and then it starts to back to drop. So at 200 yards, roughly, give or take, the 50 and the 200 yard are going to be identical almost. But for a 36-yard 0, you're not going to have to worry about holding anything to still get your thing. So you're looking at a 6 inches right here. So this was the 100 yards. If we go to 150 or 200 yards, 150 is probably going to be up here. The 200 yards is going to be back around down here probably. And then the 300 yards will be around here. So you're talking, if we would have been able to do it all, we're talking 5.5 to 6 inches at the maximum of a grouping the 36-yard 0. So if we talk about it in the real world scenario, point of aim and point of impact at the 36-yard 0, if we aim everything right here at the center, no matter if we're at 7 yards all the way out to 300 yards, it's going to be within a 6-inch group, which is about that big. So it's really nice, about the size of maybe a CD or a little bit bigger than that, or maybe like one of those little small paper plates, okay? We're talking that size from 7 yards to 300 yards. It's gonna be in that area. So if you're in a battle situation, the shit hits the fan, self-defense, home defense, you don't have to worry about changing your holds. You don't have to worry about changing your dope. A 36-yard 0 is gonna give you a lot of options. Okay guys, well I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I hope this explains a little bit about the 36-yard 0. Once again, you're going to 0 it just like you would at any other distance. And yes, a 25-yard 0 will work, a 50, 200-yard 0 will work, obviously a 100-yard 0 will work. But if you're going to worry about groupings all the way to 300 yards in a battlefield situation or a home defense or whatever, you never know what situation you're going to be in. A 36-yard 0 is going to give you a nice grouping that no matter where, if you aim, point of impact in the center chest, 5 to 6 inches, you're still going to hit the target and you're going to end that threat. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Once again, sighting this in, you know, it's really simple. You're going to 0 it just like you would any other dot. Now remember, this is only for red dots, okay? If you're going to use a holographic or an ACOG or something like that, it might be a little bit different, but for dots, this is going to be a really good dot 0 for you at 36 yards. So guys, I hope this helps. I hope it explains some. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below, and let me know what 0 that you use down below. Thanks for watching guys, and we'll see you on the range. Semper Fi.